You have to, again, wonder where this driver is going, how they stole this vehicle, and where they're going to ditch this vehicle or try to take it, or where it's going to end up. But the way the driver is crossing those yellow lines there, and
watch out.
Yeah, an intersection there, almost hitting people there at that red light. This is a recipe for a disaster here.
It is. You know, there's a real chance of some sort of crash happening imminently as we now pull on to, we have East 9th Street, Santee downtown, now moving through the side streets near downtown LA, and this is the danger. This is why one of the main places that people get away is in downtown LA, because if you're in this tracking mode and you're trying to follow them by air and you've got all these high buildings there, it is hard to keep track of where they are. So is this person, did they just pull into a parking garage?
Oh, in and out.
Maybe didn't want to go in there. So that would have been potentially a place to ditch that vehicle. But now they're turning around.
Well, the roads can be wonky downtown. Some can be one way, some can be a dead end. Not sure if this driver actually knows the downtown area well, but oh gosh, the way they're crossing those yellow lines there. You have to wonder about the mindset and if there's some kind of substance abuse going on here.
Indeed. And you also wonder, do they have some sort of connection to this particular area? Have they been on these streets before, or is this just a random place where they are now headed? So here we go, driving pretty quickly on these streets, Maple Avenue, East 6th, and now I'm taking a turn here, and we're wondering where we're...
Is this a one-way going the wrong direction? It could be there. Okay, look at the way the cars are parked there, Alex. Yeah. And you know, this would be LAPD territory, not too far from the downtown LAPD police station.
Yeah.
But again, we've been saying that police are not following there on the streets due to the danger, due to the nature of this pursuit. They are following overhead with the helicopter. I gotta think that this driver is well aware of the helicopter, and news media choppers are there as well. There's no hiding from the fact that law enforcement is following this vehicle that way.
So we are about 30 seconds away from the end of the Fox 11 News at 5 o'clock. If you are watching us right now on Channel 13 and you want to see the end of this pursuit, you can flip over to Channel 11, where our continuous coverage will continue. If you're already watching us on Channel 11, stay tuned. It is now 6 o'clock, and welcome to the Fox 11 News at 6 o'clock. I'm Alex Michelson alongside Christine Devine. Marla Tejas is on maternity leave. We are watching right now a high-speed pursuit moving through the streets of downtown Los Angeles. The CHP helicopter in pursuit of this car, which is driving wildly and dangerously here at rush hour through the streets of downtown Los Angeles, was just on the freeways and is moving quickly now right by downtown City Hall right now, Christine.
Yeah, so, oh wow, look at that move.
Whoa.
It is a busy rush hour. Some streets can be more open than others in the downtown area, as businesses can close early, government can close perhaps earlier than 6 p.m. But downtown area also has a lot of pedestrians, and as Alex, you noted, also has a homeless population that could be out there on the streets. Wondering if this driver knows the downtown area well and why that driver exited the freeway in the downtown area. Perhaps the driver saw more congestion on the freeway.
Whoa!
Up.
Uh-oh.
Wow, that's very scary. Oh, you feel for every motorist who's wondering what the heck is going on there.
Whoa.
Perhaps being in the downtown area, now Chinatown, law enforcement might be able to get a spike strip out if they can get any kind of prediction as to where this driver might go.
They just drove past the LAPD headquarters not too long ago, and we just drove past City Hall too. So now we're moving into the Chinatown neighborhood of LA and wondering, are we going to try to get onto freeways, which there are several freeways you can get to from where they are, or are we going to stay on these crowded side streets? Okay, whoa, on the sidewalk. I mean, this person is just
on a bicycle right
desperate.
there. Yeah.
Desperate to get away. We're now near Cesar Chavez in Chinatown, and watching, see, there's another person on a bike almost hit. I mean, this thing is is getting wild. All right, joining us now on the phone line is Dennis Zine, former LAPD, been a part of many pursuits, former part of the LA City Council. Whoa, look at all these pedestrians, barely missing them. Dennis, I know this is an area you're very familiar with right now. Your thoughts while watching this?
Well, this is obviously one of the more dangerous that we see here in Los Angeles, and very dangerous driving through a populated area, pedestrians, cars, etc. And what we find sometimes in these areas is they'll go into a parking structure, and they'll go into a parking structure, abandon the vehicle, and take off on foot. Yep. I don't know if that's a particular case here, but we know that the air units have a problem negotiating with the tall buildings. But as it stands now, the way this person's driving, careless manner. I know there's no vehicles, police vehicles directly behind, but obviously they're overhead, and they'll be in the area in the vicinity, and hopefully take this to an end without anyone getting hurt or a traffic collision, because the driving pattern on the wrong side of the road, up and down, I wouldn't be surprised if we went through sidewalks, pedestrians.
Okay, here we go, backing up again.
Yeah, just the way this driver is so erratic, crossing those yellow lines, going in reverse there. Dennis, what does it tell you about a driver who seems so desperate to get away or to lead police on this pursuit, even from the sky?
Well, that's the desperation, and I wouldn't be surprised if this person's been arrested in the past, done some time, and doesn't want to go back to jail. Normally an individual would surrender, but this particular driving creates such a hazard for everyone, including the police, the authorities. But the fact of the matter is, until this comes to an end, everybody's in jeopardy in that particular area of downtown Los Angeles.
And it is interesting, Dennis, I don't know if you saw earlier where it looked like the driver was going to go into a parking garage and then reversed and came out of it. And it seemed like they had a place there to potentially ditch the vehicle, but chose not to take it.
Here we go. Well,
whoa. Okay, this is where we really get dangerous here. So we're on the wrong side of the road, driving at 45 miles an hour. You just hope another car does not come that way, able to get out of that particular section. You see some of the leftovers of a homeless encampment nearby that they just drove past. And now flying down the road into the Echo Park neighborhood, Bellevue Avenue, driving down right now, Boylston Street near there, as we just are, really driving recklessly with this individual.
Dennis, do you get a sense this driver knows the area in any way, shape, or form, has been on the freeway into the downtown area for quite a while, over to Chinatown, now Echo Park? Do you get a sense this driver knows what he's doing, where he's going, if it's a he?
I don't get that sense. I believe that the individual is wandering, trying to find an escape route, and the chances are they're not going to find an escape route, but nearly head-on collisions and the reckless, dangerous, incredible driving, as you would say, wrong side of the road, etc. This, to me, is a repeat offender and not a novice at this particular situation, and I wouldn't be surprised if they've been in jail in the past, and they don't want to go back, so they'll do whatever they can to evade that. But the bottom line is everybody's in jeopardy in that downtown area, which is very congested at this time, a little after 6 o'clock in the evening. It's a very congested area with pedestrians, people on bicycles, cars, etc. So they're wandering. They don't know where they're going. They're just wandering to find a place to escape.
And, Dennis, the danger in the fact that there aren't lights and sirens behind this person right now is that there's really no warning for the pedestrians and the drivers in the neighborhood that this could be coming.
Well, that's the problem that law enforcement's facing, and the liability is because when you're behind them, they're going to hold the city liable.
Wow, so these people are stopping.
It's amazing nobody's been hit yet, Dennis. As you watch this behavior here, I'm just baffled that every car's been able to get by and get away from this vehicle.
Yeah, Dennis, your point about liability.
Very fortunate. The liability, the city gets sued when these incidents occur, these tragedies occur, and then they back off. They go into the tracking mode. They got the helicopter, but they don't want to jeopardize the public safety. But when you don't have the units behind red light and siren code 3, the public doesn't know, and they don't see the helicopter above. So it's a real hazard. So the advantage of the officers with the helicopter is to track, but the immediate motorists have no idea what's going on. They see a crazy driver.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So he just hit a car.
Hit.
Let's see if the driver tries to bail and run off.
Oh, man, that car looks badly damaged in the front.
It's
hard to imagine. Let's hope that person's okay. It looks like it wasn't
much. Is it a passenger or that's the driver?
Was that the passenger?
Or the driver
hard to
got
tell.
out on the passenger side, perhaps.
He may not have been able to get out of the driver's side based
Yeah.
off of the door, maybe. Wow.
Now,
So now you need those units right behind
Exactly.
so they can make that apprehension.
And now he is trying to just act casually and blend in. I mean, obviously we've got eyes on him, but
doesn't look like that person has a lot of energy either. The question now, can they ditch into...
there's some black and whites.
All right,
Okay,
right
so
there.
they're on him pretty quickly. So they were clearly not far behind.
Oh, wow. Surrenders just like that after that crazy, dangerous pursuit.
So we're curious, was anybody else in that car? And we're also curious, was the other driver injured?
There we go.
You could see that the airbags went off in the other vehicle.
Yep.
Now, we covered a pursuit not too long ago that ended in Long Beach where there was a driver who was injured, an elderly man.
just
Yeah,
walk
go ahead,
away.
Dennis.
Just walk, run away. Just run away out of the passenger side and run down the street. So they'll be apprehended. The ground
Looks
units
like
will
they're
be
checking
approaching.
on the driver of the other vehicle or a passenger. It looks like a woman being escorted across the street. She seems to be walking fine with a gentleman in a white shirt there. Looks like they may know each other or perhaps an innocent person helping her. Obviously a very jarring experience to be hit by a car, to have your car hit
Out of
in the middle of an
nowhere.
intersection. Yeah.
Well, this person assumed the position without being ordered to, so obviously they've encountered the law enforcement before. So the CHP now takes custody of the individual, and they'll do the reports. He'll go to jail, and another pursuit comes to an end. KMA 367, as they say in police work.
Well, thank goodness this person is walking who was in that vehicle. Law enforcement, they're trying to clear the roadway so other vehicles can get through during this rush hour. It was good to see, Alex, that police were right there as that suspect was trying to walk away and escape. So as we talked about, law enforcement not being right on the tail of the vehicle because of the danger, they were there quickly enough in this near downtown area to make this arrest.
Yeah, interesting to see them put this car into neutral and try to get it out of the way during rush hour traffic to try to clear the scene. And
looks like innocent or
just
bystanders helping out with law enforcement there. And we don't often see this. I'm thinking when we see an accident happen, often they wait for a full investigation and law enforcement gets in place.
They intentionally don't do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you wonder, is there some reason that they wanted to get it out of the way like that?
Dennis Zine, what do you think?
Well, they've got to clear the road, take him into custody, so they got a few things to wrap up here. But as we see, they're pushing to get that out of the roadway. So it's a nice job. I don't see the LAPD. I see the California Highway Patrol, but I do not see the LAPD at the scene. I'm surprised they're not there.
Well, Dennis, thank you for your perspective. Obviously, Skyfox is on to the next big story. Christine, thanks for your help. We will see you again for tonight at 8 o'clock on Channel 13. In the meantime, I want to welcome you officially, I guess, inside to the Fox 11 News at 6 o'clock. And we want to bring you to some other news right now. A violent weekend in South L.A. Police responding to 3 different shootings within a mile of each other. 2 people are dead, including a 13-year-old girl. Fox 7's Christina Gonzalez live with the latest on this one. Christina.
Yeah, a 13-year-old who was inside her house. She wasn't even outside when she was shot. Take a look at this.
So young, a little kid like that.
He's talking about a 13-year-old girl. You can see holes from the bullets that went into the house